Good evening, everybody. I understand we are going through very tough times. Second wave of COVID has set in. We are really distorted, not only as a nation but as a mankind basically. The whole world has been devastated by the second wave. India going through very tough times. We all are getting morosed, our moods are down, feeling low. But in this situation, I'd like to present to you something positive, because childbirth has always been over decades to be positive. Yes, somebody who had COVID, went to rough and tough times, has delivered well at Neotia Hospital under my supervision, and they will be giving you their account of experience of COVID in pregnancy. But just to give you a few points, first of all, mask, and it's hand sanitizers and hand wash. These are the things we got to get accustomed to, because it's going to stay. Now, delaying pregnancy just for the sake of COVID around, I don't think is a good idea, because that will cut down mankind's progression in nature. Like we are progressing in all aspects of life, adjusting to a new normal, becoming more IT savvy, we have to adjust in terms of pregnancy and looking after pregnancy as well. To give you some very few points about pregnancy and COVID virus, I would say that first of all, it's a preventive disease. That means that if you wear your mask properly, airtight mask, preferably an N95 or sometimes a double mask, and regularly hand wash, keep distance among people, and follow the guidelines laid by the government, I think we can prevent most of the infections. But still then, it's happening. Sometimes we don't know how, but it's happening, and we got to live with it. Now, as a consultant gynecologist and obstetrician, my advice to you all is that pregnancy and COVID, those two things can walk together. The couple who will be speaking to you after this is a vivid example of that. Now, how does pregnancy being affected by COVID? We are all concerned. The affection of the mother and the affection of the baby. Firstly, the baby. First and foremost, all the studies till date, whether of the Western world or in our country as such, does not show that the transmission of COVID virus to the unborn child or the child just born is of any significance. Next, the other problem which happens with babies with in mother who have COVID is that the chances of having a small baby, what we call an intrauterine growth restriction, is higher, so they need very close follow-up. More importantly now, the maternal condition, meaning the affection of the mother. So if the mother is having some comorbid condition from before, that is like diabetes, hypertension, high BMI, all this can affect pregnancy as well as COVID and its implications. So, first of all, like this patient had a very high BMI of above 40, had hypertension from before, developed gestational diabetes, and then around 30 weeks of pregnancy she developed COVID. Now, getting aware of COVID is important. Normally we get a fever, we just want to put it off. Just like that, we had a fever for a day, it must not be COVID. No, we got to be suspicious, do the test, take the right steps, what we did in this case. The patient initially did not disclose to me that she had fever, but on the third day she said that she had some cough. I over the phone asked them, they said no, it was okay, it's just a sort of cough and all. So she had a cough suppressant, and the next day she said that she is still feeling not well and having some shortness of breath. So that is a classical sign when we need to hospitalize the patient. The patient was hospitalized, taken care of by a physician who was managing COVID patients and as an obstetrician by me, and we had a positive result that we could carry on the pregnancy. Now, pregnant mother who are morbidly obese, who are hypertensive, who are diabetic, are more prone to severe disease in COVID. We should remember that. Another point is that in pregnancy as such, the chance of forming clots in the legs and lungs are higher than a normal population. But in COVID, it's further raised. So they should be on blood thinners as soon as there is an indication that it's a moderate to severe disease. Of the other drugs which you should be hearing on and off over the media, like say the antiparasitic and azithromycin and doxycycline, ivermectin, we actually do not recommend all in pregnancy. Ideally, it should be a symptomatic management unless it's only fever and nothing else. If more than that is there is a shortness of breath, the patient needs admission, close monitoring and appropriate treatment with blood thinners, oxygen are the main treatment of choice during pregnancy. Also, we should remember that once the pregnancy is over, they're still prone to develop clots in legs or lungs. That is the cause of sudden deaths which have been happening in COVID infection. So, they should be on blood thinners for a longer period of time than a normal population. I think it's enough for today to give you a vivid idea of about pregnancy and COVID, but last not the least about the vaccines which are everybody is interested on. Indian vaccines which have been allowed in the India market has still not got enough data for the government to propose that vaccination is pregnancy could be routine. But as per the Western guidelines, most of the vaccines are safe in pregnancy, and it has been proposed that if the woman is in the high risk category, suppose a person who is a frontline warrior and pregnant, she should go ahead and take the vaccine. Similarly, recent update by the government of India says lactating mothers, that is postpartum, can have the vaccines. Okay, thank you so much. I would like you to listen to this couple about their experience in COVID in pregnancy. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Om Prakash Chauhan. Actually, she's my wife and she got pregnant, right? But we have suffered a lot throughout the pregnancy when she got COVID positive in the month of March. I remember the date, that was 11th of March, when I came home from my office, and she was saying that she was unable to breathe, right? So immediately I consulted my doctor, Dr. Sandeep Bishwas, whom I was showing regarding her pregnancy stage. He suggested me to a doctor named Dr. Saurabh Datta. He said, go and please meet him immediate basis. I thought, let us go, we should go over there because she was having a serious problem on breathing. So when he saw, he asked me to get admitted in the hospital for just for the what happened to her, and they will observe a day. She admitted on the 11th only. I remember the day also. And RT-PCR we have tested RT-PCR test also, and we got negative. So we were relaxed that she doesn't have a COVID, I thought, at that moment. But in the day after, on 12th, in the evening, we got a report of RT-PCR and submitted there only. So they said she got COVID positive. So I was shocked, and everyone was shocked, and the doctor was also shocked. What was not taking COVID patient at that moment. So I have to release from her, from that hospital, and I kept Dr. Saurabh Datta was observing a COVID patient also. So when she admitted in that hospital, her oxygen level came to around 8 liter, I think, right? Around 8 liter after 3 days. So we were worried, and even the Dr. Saurabh Datta also was, but he was trying his level best. But though she was pregnant, the doctor himself advised me that he has to take a better treatment and she has to go to somewhere better hospital. So we were searching for the hospital, and we are not getting any hospital where will I keep my patient. No one was taking a corona pregnancy patient. That was the very what I say means everyone was rejecting. The government hospital, they only said they can take a patient of corona pregnancy, and I was very much worried about her. Then I shifted from there at night around 2:30 a.m. or around 4 a.m. I think, right? Hospital also, because they were also saying that they can take a patient, but they have no treatment about the pregnancy corona patient. What I realized that only Dr. Saurabh Datta was the doctor who was taking care of her, but he was helpless because she was pregnant. Though I took a risk, I said, Dr. Saurabh Datta, sir, believe me, and I am believing on you. Please take care of my patient. In that case, Dr. Sandeep Bishwas, who referred Dr. Saurabh Datta, he also spoke to Saurabh Datta, and we both spoke to him. Saurabh Datta said, okay, but there she was released after 7 days, right? After 7 days, means entire corona period, she was admitted in the hospital around 10 to 12 days. 12 days around. I'm very much thankful to Dr. Shurab Datta, who was caring her like anything. Means he came to see her at 12 o'clock also. At 12 o'clock, anytime he was there every time for my wife, and I cannot thank is the smallest word for him. Again, after a month, she was about to deliver a child. We came to Neotia. No doubt, everyone knows about the Neotia, and I have realized myself. And the Dr. Sandeep Viswas, no doubt about his treatment. There is nothing about me. He never means what you say. He was never casual about his work. Means if you say a doctor can save a patient after God, we prefer doctor only as a God, and he has proved my wife कि हाँ she can do his well, and Dr. Sandeep Viswas has supported very well to her, and here his treatment was like anything. And now the result is we got a baby which was very healthy, right? And she is the fighter. There is no word. Once again I am saying that Dr. Sandeep Viswas and Dr. Shurab Datta, we thankful. Thanks is the very smallest word, but I like to tell everyone, stay home, stay safe.